those are more available at an affordable price for restaurants like us where we buy wholesale. So I actually had somebody go to Fraser Farms right up the road and buy an all-natural chicken at the grocery, because those are the types of chickens that you guys are going to be able to buy more, that are more available to like normal people, right?
Got it.
So this is an all-natural, no hormones, grain-fed, nice chicken, all right? So good quality meat, and it's just right down the road over there. So I like to start by cutting the wing. You can see how the knife just kind of slides right through because you aim for the joints. It's actually made of cartilage, not bone. All right? So, you don't ever really want your knife to hit bone. It's bad for your knife, and it just makes you kind of cringe. Or at least it does me. You know, it's like nails on a chalkboard, kind of. So, after that, I score the tissue between the breast and the thigh. I don't cut meat, just the tissue, just the skin. Then I put my thumbs down on the hips, and I pop the joints out, right? So you dislocate the hip bone, and now when I make this cut, my knife is not even touching cartilage, just soft muscle tissue, right? So it expands the length of the life of your knife and all that, yeah. So, all right. So you got your drumstick thigh. If you want to do an 8-piece, you aim for a piece of, it's kind of like a line that's drawn out for you. And if you want to really find out, you just kind of mess with the joints and figure out where the kneecap is, you know? And you just kind of cut right through that. And again, there's no bone, it's just cartilage, so it's really nice for your knife. Feels good to cut. After that, I kind of go straight through, under the ribs and out. And then I find the chine bone, right? It's the bone that kind of just runs up and separates the two breasts, all right? So I find that, and I just kind of drag my knife across to get it open so I can see what I'm doing. All right, and after that, I go all the way down to the rib cage. I use my thumb to kind of separate the meat from the carcass a little bit, and I can really see what I'm doing now. I tend to use a fillet knife when it comes to chickens because I like to have a delicate touch, because chicken meat is actually very delicate. So I don't like messing around with like big meat cleavers in my steak knife. All right, you go to the shoulder and then you cut once again through the joint, and you have a nice airline chicken breast with the wing attached. All right, skin on, airline. This is good for roasting. And when you're done eating the breast, you have a nice drumstick wing to eat, and it's delicious. So if you want to remove that, just cut behind it. You got a wing, and then you got a boneless chicken breast. All right. I turn it around because I always like to have my feet shoulders width apart and just cutting towards myself because it's the most natural movement for your body. So you have a knife hand and you have your meat hand. You manipulate the meat with your meat hand. You don't touch the meat with your knife hand because then you'll get a slippery grip, more likely to cut yourself, all right? So then I go in on the other side, straight down to the bone. And then same thing, I kind of use my thumb to draw me a picture of where I need to go. Then I follow the wishbone down to the joint and cut through, and you have another airline chicken breast. All right? And then you have the carcass. Now, when you're doing whole birds or whole animals or just butchering in general, it is both economical and just ethically right to use every part of the animal, whether it's chicken, beef, pork, lamb, whatever, right? So nothing goes in the trash. You know, we render out the chicken skin, you get chicken fat. You know, you can cone feed or preserve chicken with it. The carcass you can roast into a brown chicken stock, or you can just, you know, simmer it lightly. Like we do a big stock pot I can put myself in, and we overnight our chicken stock. We use a bunch of chicken stock for everything, right? So, and if you want a less fatty stock, you just trim off the fat and render that separately. So that's really the only waste. Everything else is completely usable. So that would be kind of like a basic 8-piece chicken right there. 2 thighs, 2 drumsticks, 2 breasts with the wings removed. All right. So, and that's it, man. So that's how you butcher down the chicken. I have another one because over the years,